afternoon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back.
Great day to be a day, Gus.
Great little floater there, that will win the game.
Quickly up the court, pass it over to Ferguson.
They're on a heater right now. I think they're feeling the crowd.
Goes up to number 2. What a hit.
Wow, look at those skills.
Emily,
Oh,
wow.
in goal. Look at that.
Beautiful behind the back. Oh my gosh.
You are watching EHS Live, home of the high school. Go Maroon.
He finds it downfield. It's John Rogers. There's a touchdown. I don't believe it. Are you kidding me?
Just set this table.
Good afternoon, Episcopal Maroon family. Today we're broadcasting the varsity volleyball matchup between the Episcopal Maroon and the Bullis Bulldogs. What do you think about this matchup today, Laird?
I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup today, Thomas. Two solid teams. Episcopal coming off of a loss last game, but I think they'll be able to bounce back. Bullis obviously being a strong opponent.
For sure.
I think it'll be a pretty competitive matchup today. I think the key for the Maroon is going to be their senior leadership. I talked to Georgia Patry earlier. She's in my advisory, and she said that it's going to be a good game, probably a pretty long, very competitive game. Both teams have really good blockers and a lot of tall setters at the net.
You know, I spoke to my advisory sibling as well, Chloe Smith, the libero for this Episcopal team, and she had a lot of the same points to bring up. She's really excited, and she hopes that the Maroon don't fall behind in this competitive game. She thinks if they stay true to their ways, that they'll be able to pull this one out.
Yeah, and I think if the Maroon just play their game, the game they played all season, I think they'll be good. They may be the underdog in this one on paper, but I think in spirit, they'll win.
Definitely. You know what they say, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah, and I think this Maroon team emulates that a lot. We might not have the tallest people, but we have the most heart. That's for darn certain.
That's for sure. That is for certain.
Who in this Maroon team do you think is our best leader?
So, hearing from the underclassmen that I have talked to in the weeks leading up to this game, a lot of them have said there's not really, I mean, obviously they have captains, but there's a lot of senior leadership on this team, and even seniors that aren't captains tend to step up and lead the team. So I don't think that there's one single leader that stands out, but one thing I do know for certain is that anyone can be a leader on this team.
Yeah, I would agree.
One big thing for the Maroon is number 2, Amira Jackson, is back after being out with a concussion previously. She's a strong player in this team, sophomore, the future of the program, some say. And this gym's getting loud.
Yeah, the fans are really going all out for this one today, Thomas.
Not a lot of fans in the stands right now, but
the ones that are there, they're getting rowdy.
They will be showing up in the future. Volleyball games are one of the biggest attractions in the fall season, so we'll definitely see a student section.
If you didn't tune into the St. Stephen's versus Episcopal Seminary Hill Cup match, it was probably one of the most electric atmospheres I've ever witnessed in a sports match in general, not even just volleyball.
I've never seen anything like it before. Big shout out to our cheerleaders leading the chants. They did a really great job. The silent night was probably one of the greatest chants I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, heard with my own 2 ears. So.
Honestly, probably one of the best cheers in sports. I wouldn't limit it to just high school sports.
A familiar starting 6 for the Maroon here. Chloe Smith, the libero, in the backcourt along with Georgia Patry, and Amira Jackson in the front court. Jonesy, Cash Money Matthews, along with Nellie Miller and Sierra Durling. So a lot of seniors on the court here, but also a sophomore and a junior.
Another thing that's going to be a key for us today is number 4, Georgia Patry. If she can get over the hump and she can spike those balls down and get all the kills, I think we'll be in a pretty good spot today.
For the Bullis Bulldogs today, it looks like we have number 10, Angie DeSamores, number 4, Megan Fan, number 0, Nia Thomas, number 18, it seems. What is that? I can't tell what number that is, but looks like a very old team. A lot of seniors in this team. So Bullis will set up for the spike, and coming out of warm-ups, we knew that was going to happen a lot. They seem to be very strong over the net, and once they get it up in the air for that set, you know it's going to come down hard.
And that's going to be a player to watch today, number 27, Lexi Ewing. Not super surprising that she's an athletics specimen. Her genetics from her father, Patrick Ewing, one of the best NBA players of all time.
Definitely a spotlight in this game. Nellie Miller will go for the slam. Knocked out by Bullis, and that'll be a point for the Maroon. Quickly tying it up 1-1.
And those are the spots that Nellie Miller just shines. She's honestly unmirrored in those spots when she just gets a set, good slam. Nobody's returning that ever.
Definitely a coach's dream. Not too flashy, no antics off the court, just fundamental and grit.
All-around player.
For sure. So Cashmoney Matthews, who else will take the serve? Send it over to number 0. That's Nia Thomas who sets it up. A spike there, quickly returned by Chloe Smith and Libero. And right back to Nellie Miller. She hits the floater. A little bit of trouble there for Bullis, but they'll be able to get it over the net. Right to Georgia Patry. They set up Sierra Derling, who directs the spike in a different direction. Blocks in the net by, it looks like either Sierra or Nellie, but unfortunately the libero, Chloe Smith, is unable to come up with it, and that'll be a point for Bullis.
Yeah, that was one of those points that it's a good point, it's a long point, and those are the points that we're going to have to win if we're going to be able to win this game.
For sure. And those are the points we should be winning. I know we have a lot of grit, so looking to see more of those soon. Chloe Smith will return the serve. Athletic play by Patchy, but unable to come up with it.
Patchy almost gets there. Oftentimes being referred to as one of the most athletic people in the school, Georgia Patry. She jumps higher than everyone, runs faster than everyone. She gets there, usually.
I believe that's called a dog mentality. As number 13, Kyla Harris will serve the ball. Out of bounds as the line judge, a point for Maroon.
And what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to capitalize on our opponent's mistakes. Us running away with this mistake is going to be key for a win.
Definitely. Capitalize on our opponent's mistakes and watch our own. Good athletic play there, but unable to get it over the net. And those plays that are really just toss-ups. When you put your body on the line for the play, just to hit it up. Sydney Mayfield would take it out for Bullis here. Good bump by Nellie Miller. Over to Georgia Patry. A rare mistake. Can't quite get it over the net. Not something we're used to seeing out of her. Do you think that maybe the pressure of facing this Bullis opponent is maybe causing the Episcopal Maroon to play out of character?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility, but this Bullis team is nothing we haven't seen before. We played opponents just as good. Flint Hill, St. Albans, all great teams. I think this Bullis team is just maybe giving us the jitters a little bit in this first set.
For sure. So another mistake by the Maroon will give Bullis another point, and they'll quickly jump out to a 6-2 lead. Right back to Patry, and they can't do anything with this serve right now. Sydney Mayfield, and the Bullis bench will get loud.
They seem to be targeting Patry somewhat right now, but I'm sure that she'll be able to get it back and silence the haters that are
Definitely
doubting her. Always a comeback player, Patry is.
Sydney Mayfield will again serve the ball for Bullis. To Nellie Miller this time. You know she's not missing those. Up to Patry to redeem herself. Gets blocked to the net. Another spike for Bullis. What an amazing play there. And if you're a volleyball fan, you love to see that.
Yeah, as much as I hate to see the Maroon concede a point, that was just a beautiful IQ play there. No other way around.
The combination of volleyball IQ and athleticism there, really, I mean, there's not much you could do there if you're the Maroon. Sydney Mayfield continues to take it out for Bullis. And this time she'll send it to Chloe Smith, who sends it over but quickly gets it shoved right back in her face.
Sydney Mayfield here has been lights out on these serves. That's a not very commonly talked about part of the game, but she's just been lights out on these. They've been hard to get back.
For sure. I think that's about 4 points in a row with no return from the Maroon from her serves, and she'll take it out again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Over the net. Wow. What a serve.
It's an ace from Sydney Mayfield.
That was pretty. That one kind of hung over the line, did a little bit of shimmying in the air with some knuckleball action, and just ended right in that corner. This is a high-level team we're seeing here.
And that's why she's going to Northeastern to play volleyball next year. If I was a college coach, I'd surely want to recruit her.
For sure. So again, over the net from Mayfield. A little bit of confusion from the Maroon, but it'll end up on the Bullis' side, and that'll be a point for the Maroon. So after an 8-0 Bullis run, the Maroon will put another point on the board. Number 11, Sierra Derling, comes out of the game for number 6, the sophomore, Iosa Stewart. Giving Sierra a rest here. She's been having to do a lot at the net. Chloe Smith will send it over for her serve, and a rare mistake again.
And here, Thomas, these are the mistakes that we can't afford to make if we're going to come out on top in this match.
Yeah. We seem to be a little rattled right now. I don't know what it is. Let's see if our senior leaders can hopefully bring some composure back to this team. They serve again to Patry, but she'll get it back and bump it on over. Great spot there, but Bullis is able to return it. They set up for the spike and blocked at the net. I think that was Iosa Stewart or Amelia Offit. I couldn't quite tell.
Iosa Stewart says, "No, ma'am."
An athletic play nonetheless, and that'll earn the Maroon a point.
You could tell Bullis smelled blood in the water, but Iosa Stewart said, "No way. I'm getting out of the water."
Amira Jackson, who just checked in for number 9, Cash Money Matthews, will send the serve over. A little bit of a floater there from Bullis. As Chloe Smith sets it up for Georgia Patry. Quick spike, and what is this call? The Maroon will get the point. So 11-5 now. Maroon going on a little bit of a run here.
That's just a great call by the officials.
As Jackson will quickly get back and serve another one over, hoping to capitalize on this momentum. Another block spike to the net by Iosa Stewart, and she's just on a roll right now. 11-6, Bullis.
Iosa Stewart is taking over this game right now. And if she takes control, I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stop her.
So Amir Jackson will again get the call for the serve, sends it over to number 27 on Bullis. Blocked in the net by Iosa again, but not over, so she has to hit it once more. Chloe Smith will send it over on a bump. Bullis sets up for the spike off of Nellie Miller's leg. A lot of velocity on that spike, not much to do there.
Yeah, if you're Nellie Miller there, I can't. If I was her, I'd just get out of the way. Seems pretty scary having a ball hurdle at you at, what, 60 miles an hour?
Maybe even more.
Not much you can do there.
So Zero the Hero will serve it over for Bullis. Iosa sets up for the spike. Is able to put it on the floor to earn the Maroon another point.
That's just a smart play. Sometimes it's finesse, not power, that gets you there.
And you take all of the Maroon mistakes out of this game, and I think it's a 7-6 game Maroon. We've been handing them a lot of these points, so it's good to see that we're tightening up finally. As Patry will get the serve and set it over. Can't help but think she did that on purpose.
I agree. You could tell that was on purpose. You could tell by the way she was setting up. She honestly, I think I saw her point at the net before she did that.
So you think she caught her serve?
I think she did.
She'll set it over again. Great action on that ball, and Bullis didn't know what to do with it. Another point for the Maroon, and all of a sudden, this 6-point game has turned quickly into a 3-point game.
I mean, that's just another beautiful serve. I think at this point, is it time to start asking, is Georgia Patrick the best server of our generation?
Don't get too ahead of yourself now. I think there's a lot of volleyball to be played still, so we'll see if she has the longevity. As Nellie Miller will try to spike, and Smith makes an athletic play, but unable to get that point there.
That's just an unlucky one there.
So Bullis will get the serve again, and hopefully, even though we haven't been able to do much with Bullis' serves, we'll be able to keep the momentum in our favor here. This will be Megan Fan. Over the net to Nellie Miller, a veteran. Set by Amira Jackson for Iosa, who just floats it on over, and Bullis gets set up for the spike, and 15 rises above the net to deliver that powerful hit.
That looked like a pretty dominant hit there, Thomas, but I think one thing that could be consulted about is Iosa Stewart. She just missed that one. I think if she gets there, that's another EHS point.
Iosa's known to be a force by the net, and Patry again can't quite come up with the serve. Fenn will get it again at the line. Back to Patry. A little bit of a touch there from Nellie Miller, but unable to earn the Maroon a point on that effort. And Bullis seems to have grabbed the momentum and pulled it in their favor.
And you can't help but wonder if Georgia Patry started getting in her own head about this, which is reasonable considering she has made a few mistakes, but it's not what mistakes you make, it's how you bounce back from those mistakes.
As that serve goes right at Patry, she's able to put a perfect bump on it. Amira with an acrobatic play to save the point. They'll set up for another spike, just float on over as Patry is there, but deflected off of Miller's hands. It was hard to adjust to that read.
And if you're going to continue to watch Maroon games, get used to that from Amira Jackson. That's just one of the things that she does.
One of the bright spots in our future in the volleyball program. Fan again delivers the serve over to Amira Jackson, who can't quite get the floater up, and Episcopal will squander the net and earn the Bullis Bulldogs at another point. And what once was a 3-point game, 12-9, has quickly turned into an 18-9 game for Bullis. Fan again over the net. Patry pirouettes when she hits it. Over to Miller. Calm little bump over the net. Bullis sets up. Was that a double touch? I'm not sure. Seemed to be, but Maroon will get the point anyway.
Seemed to be a double touch.
So Derling will check back in, and taking our captain Chloe Smith off of the floor. Interesting choice here, but coaches must see something we don't. Maybe opting for more size on the floor for this Bullis team.
Yeah, that's what we're not going to be able to let
And
happen if we're gonna win this game.
Smith will check back in after that. They need her holding down that backcourt for sure. So number 10, Angie DeSimores will take this one out for Bullis. Right to Miller. Set up for Miller again. Rises above the net. Delivers the spike, but just a little right out of bounds.
It's a rare miss from Nellie Miller. I think she gets that one in 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. It's just the pressure here, I think. I mean, we're down by 10 points now, and it's starting to seem like it just keeps on piling in. Another mistake from the Maroon will result in another point for the Bullis Bulldogs. And from the coach of the volleyball team here, I'm looking to talk to my team after this set for sure.
Yeah, we're going to need to change the momentum soon, or else this game could start getting out of hand.
I am seeing some smiles over on the Maroon side, which is always great to see. We're not getting too down on ourselves. So to Patry it goes. Back to Smith, to Miller. Textbook. Absolutely textbook from the Maroon team.
And that's just impossible to get back. Nobody's getting that. Another really strong part of our Maroon team here is we never let the morale get down.
Definitely.
Win or lose, they're always cheering each other on. They'll have a fun time in the locker room.
Number 9, Cash Money with the serve. Arguably the best server on the team. And Another acrobatic and athletic play from Bullis will result in a point, and that was just awesome.
Yeah, no way around it. That was a good play, solid play. Who was that number? Was that number 15, Sydney Mayfield?
I think it probably was.
Not sure.
She seems to be a bright spot on this Bullis team for sure.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And
A little bit of friendly fire there.
seemed to
The serve from Kyla Harris almost nails Alexa Telly in the back of the head.
maybe came off the arm wrong. Kyla Harris doesn't do that often. She's usually a pretty consistent hitter.
So our first Miller serve of the day will head to Lexi Ewing, and the Maroon will earn the point off a rare Bullis mistake. This set is not over.
This wouldn't be the first time the Maroon have come back from a deficit this large.
So Miller will again float one over. Bullis seems not to be ready for it as they flail on the ground. Cash Money will knock this one over, a little floater. And the spike by Lexi Ewing hits off the Maroon for a point. The Bullis Bulldogs retaining a 10-point lead here in this first set. So Alexis Ewing again with the powerful spike, and it's easy to tell why she's committed to Penn State now.
Yeah, I think over at Penn State, she'll have an opportunity to make an impact as a freshman next year.
Definitely. Penn State known as a volleyball powerhouse now in this recent decade. It's obvious to see why this Bullis team has such a good track record.
She'll join some of their superstars over there, Taylor Trammell, Ava Falduto, and Gillian Grimes, just some of the notable names from over at Penn State.
Definitely some athletes that are going to end up on the volleyball Mount Rushmore.
And that's just a beautiful IQ play from the Maroon there.
Definitely. Way to earn themselves a point there. One thing about the Maroon is we're not too flashy and crazy on the court, but we'll get the job done. A lot of fundamentals in this team. That's what I love to see as a volleyball fan. But sometimes athleticism does earn you some points. Is right there. Pure force and athleticism earns Bullis that first set.
Yeah, Alexa Ewing's definitely been a player to watch this first set. She's had 5 kills already this set, which is obviously a lot in one set.
Yeah, for sure.
She's been unstoppable.
That's a fifth of the points.
Yeah, we'll just need the Maroon to come up with an answer for her, and I think they'll be golden coming into this second set.
What do you think Coach Echo could possibly be saying to the Maroon in this timeout?
I think Coach Echo is just going to mostly be talking to them about fixing their own mistakes, not worrying about the opponent, not worrying about who they are or why they're here or why everyone thinks they're so good. I think she's just going to be worried about cleaning up our own mistakes. What about you there, Thomas?
Yeah, I definitely agree with most of what you said. I mean, it's going to be big to capitalize on Bullis' mistakes and limit our own. Definitely got to clean it up a little bit, for sure.
And you can tell Bullis just came into this thinking that they're going to walk through us. They're drinking their tropical smoothies on the sideline. And so far they've earned that right. They have walked through us, but I think this Maroon's going to show them a different time in the second period.
We're back at the action here for set 2 of Maroon Volleyball on Ainsley Court, and hopefully we're going to see a little bit more locked-in play from the Maroon here.
I think the key here is just going to be sticking to our fundamentals, not trying to do anything too flashy, just making sure we're fundamentally sound in this second period.
Indeed. Got to stick to what we know.
Yeah, I think a key contributing factor is going to be Georgia Patry being able to get those returns in.
Definitely.
And able to set up the Maroon for some solid unreturnable spikes.
I think she'll for sure be locked in after what happened last set. I don't think we'll see much more of that.
Yeah, we'll just have to have her get it up so our playmakers like Nellie Miller and Sierra Darling can slam the ball on the floor. Because once you get it up to Nellie Miller, there's no returning.
She's just crafty.
Simple as that. Whether she lobs it over you for a little slithery swift finish or slams it on the ground, there's no returning it. I would hate to be on the receiving side of a Nellie Miller slam.
Who else but Cash Money Matthews to take out this first serve of the second set?
Yeah, that's no surprise.
Cash Money right over the net. That had to touch the line, ref. Come on.
Oh, that's a debatable call from Stripes over there.
Rare miss from Cash Money. All smiles though. Good to see. So Bullis sends the ball on over. Targeting Patry, it seems, but she's locked in this set. Right to Miller. And that'll be Maroon point. I think Bullis touched the net, which is an automatic Maroon point.
Yeah, and you can just tell already, Patry's going to make them regret this decision of targeting her. She's going to be locked in this set. There's no coming back.
Nonchalant serve from Miller. Trademark. Big spike from Ewing, and that's a momentum killer for sure. Kyla Harris, number 13 for Bullis, will serve here. Sharp serve right to our libero, Chloe Smith. A hard Bullis spike again. And that'll be another Bullis point, and we got to do something about this at the net for sure. Got to capitalize when we have the ball on offense.
I'm definitely no expert, but I think we're definitely going to have to get someone on that and stop her at the net. And there we go. Bullis, unforced error, is going to give Episcopal another serve.
A Bullis mistake will earn Episcopal possession here, and this is big. A lot of the ways we earn our points are off our serves, so hopefully we can earn some here. As Iusa Stewart will take it out for the Maroon. Good action on that serve, but Bullis is able to make an incredible play on that one. We'll set it up for the spike. It'll go to Georgia Patry. Over the outstretched hands of the front court for Bullis and onto our own side. A point for the Maroon.
Yeah, and it seems that Georgia Patry's got her, what the kids say now, she's got her swag back from this last set.
That twinkle's back in her eyes for sure.
Yeah, you can see for certain.
Stewart will again get the serve. Bullis, just a well-placed point for Bullis. And they'll earn possession again as we'll check in Chloe Smith here to hopefully defend against their backcourt strikes.
Actually hits one of the Bullis players in the knee. Can't help but hope she's okay.
I think she'll be fine, right? So Sydney Mayfield will take this one out for Bullis. Way over though, and the Maroon will quickly get the ball back.
Yeah. Good call, Kelly. That one sailed over.
And now a more offense-focused look for the Maroon, it seems, even though they are taking out cash money. Checking out some younger faces and some juniors and sophomores as opposed to the senior-heavy lineup that we usually roll with. Sophomore Amira Jackson will take this one out. Some knuckleball action on that serve, and we'll quickly get a point off that.
And you can tell she's been working on that all week.
Definitely. Concussion doesn't stop her from getting that work in. Another serve in almost the same spot. Bullis shows their ability to adjust there and returns it for a quick spike. That'll earn them a point. So tie game here. Definitely better than we saw last set. Quickly Bullis got a lead in the first set, so good to see the Maroon are competing here in this one. That's all you can ask for. You know what they say, volleyball is a game of inches, and just an inch off right there sends the volleyball cascading onto the iron bench.
And it's no secret that this Bullis team is one of the more athletic teams in the country, but at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to heart.
Big return from Patry there as Bullis sets up for another spike, but the serve not quite on line, and the Maroon will get a spike of their own. Georgia Patry sends it over. Trauma on this. Great point from the Maroon. Great point.
If Bullis found a way to get that ball over, I don't even know what I would have done.
I might have to take my headset off and walk away, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
So Patry will get the serve. Good to see her getting shown some love. Miller tries to make an athletic play, but unable to save the Maroons' point there. And it just seems right now that when the Maroon make a great play, Bullis just comes back and makes a better one.
Something seems to be wrong with Nellie Miller's shoe.
Really? Patry does a good job returning that serve, showing her adjustments in this past game. Miller does another good job of returning that awkward hit of the net, but unable to place it in bounds for another Bullis point. Now 8-6 Bulldogs. Again, they will serve to Patry, but Miller will be the one setting it over. Hits it right to number 27 on Bullis, Sydney, who is able to set it up for the Kyla Harris spike, and not much you can do to that.
I think the main strength of Bullis today has been their play at the net. I think we've just been getting dominated at the net, frankly.
Definitely. They just beat us at the net. They have more size, more strength. I mean, we do have a lot of heart, but that only goes so much. Good fundamental round by the Maroon to get that over. And Bullis misses the spike. Don't let the Maroon get hot here. We'll get our possession for the first time.
And you can just tell that it was number 2, Amira Jackson, that struck fear into her eye to make her make that mistake.
I like what we're doing here with these more offensive and defensive focused lineups that Coach Echo is putting out on the floor. It seems like she's a completely different rotation for when we are serving. Bullis sets up for what seems to be a spike, but that would have definitely gone out of bounds, it seems. But Miller will still be able to send it over. Set for a big spike. Was that in bounds? It was, it seems. So Bullis will get the serve back.
Another subjective call made there. But I trust these referees. They seem to usually do a very good job.
Me too. This will be Megan Fan again getting the serve for Bullis. Targeting Patry a lot, it seems, but she's been really stepping up this round. Smith with the heads-up play to send it over, and that was maybe the sharpest spike I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was honestly disgusting. Nobody's getting that back.
No other words. That was just mean. Fan again will serve right to Miller, who bumps it on over. One-handed grab by Jackson, who will call for it. She wants it. Sends it over to 13 Kyla Harris, who set up for the spike. And that's Sydney Mayfield for the kill.
And the Maroon are just going to have to stop letting them set up these spikes and destroy their backcourt people. They're going to have to step it up on their returns here.
We're going to have to get some looks of our own on the net right here, because it seems like we just bumped the ball over and then Bullis is able to set up for those powerful spikes just like that. And we need to be more focused on getting our own spikes in the net, because we do excel in that field too.
Miss Echo decides to call the timeout.
Good decision there. I think we're somewhat falling apart here. We came out firing and slowed up a little bit, and that's all we like to see.
And I have full faith in Coach Echo here. She's often praised as one of the best volleyball coaches in the ISL, and there's a reason for that. Oftentimes coaching one of the best teams in the ISL to lots of championships and glory.
For sure. We've been great at volleyball, the Episcopal Maroon have for the past couple of years, but the streak is looking to continue here. We have a great team, a lot of heart, a lot of fight. I mean, we showed it at the Seminary Hill Cup. We're ranked, I think, number 7 in the state for volleyball.
Yeah, I think that's
in
about
the most
right.
recent poll. And we're going to make a run.
While we're in intermission here, I just want to give a shout out to our director, Gigi Abed, and our personal graphics, Brendan. They're doing a great job, as well as our line judges, Noble Kelly and Bianca Duran. Just Bella Duran. They're just all doing really good jobs today.
There we are, making some plays at the net. Unable to get that heat on the spike, but we'll still earn the point.
All day.
And what do you know? Get a look at the net, earn yourself a point. That's what we need to keep doing. Big shout out to our camera people as well. We got Blake Green over there on camera 2. That's what you see with those close, tight shots. And camera 1's not doing much, but Timmy's over there making sure it's
Yeah, Timmy
rolling.
Alvar's been surrounded by this Episcopal volleyball team his whole life, being a faculty kid. No surprise there that he's really good at filming.
Acrobatic over-the-back play by Patry. Sets up Miller for the play at the net. And another play at the net, another point for the Maroon.
And that's his second straight Maroon point, which has honestly been rare this game, but one can ask, is the momentum shifted?
Do not let us get hot. The last thing you want to see if you're Bullis is cash money getting that serve, but a rare mistake. And it seems like I just pulled the commentator glitch there, or the commentator curse.
Yeah, apparently. Cash money serves are usually cash money.
Bullis' bench is getting loud.
There's not much you can do about that one. That's somewhat the luck of the draw.
Except for when Patry does it. It's
Yeah,
on purpose
well,
when she
yeah,
does it.
if Patry does it, it's on purpose, obviously.
Speaking to Patry, they'll serve it to her again. Miller will get the final hit there. Sends it over. A little bit of a setup, not enough for a spike though. They'll just float it on over. Cash Money sets up for the Miller spike though, and she'll also float it over. Maybe not what Bullis was expecting there. They seem a little unprepared. A spike off the net will allow Smith to return it. Back to Miller again. She seems to be getting a lot of action on this point specifically. Another hard spike to Smith, who will send it back over. What a play by Smith. The Maroon are playing this point with so much heart. A floater, and that'll earn the Maroon the point.
And that could be one of the greatest points I've ever seen, Thomas.
Definitely, and I think that the momentum shifted in a huge way just now.
Nellie Miller really was being the heart of that point, along with Amira Jackson there.
Everyone played their part, and that's what we need to do if we're hoping to win this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Big spike block from the net, able for Smith to return it. They'll send it over to Offit, who will just bump it on over. Another spike to the net, and wow, misdirection by Megan Pham there. And that's always a good play to pull out in your bag if you're one of those front court setters.
Yeah, that was pretty silky. There's no lying.
No cap, as the kids would say.
They would say that.
Heavy spike there from Myosha Stewart.
Oh.
The Maroon on a run.
She was looking like number 27, Lexi Ewing there, with that dominant spike.
Glaze. Sorry. So Stewart will get the serve for the Maroon. Right into the net. Not what you like to see.
These unforced errors are really been the Maroons' kryptonite today.
The Maroons are beating themselves, and that's the truth. Sydney Mayfield for Bullis will send this one over. A little bit of action on that one, but Sierra will set up for the spike. Opts for the float instead, but floats it past the line.
And Sydney
Another point
Mayfield
for Bullis.
has just been dominant on these serves today. There's
Definitely.
nothing the Maroon can answer for it today.
She'll get it again. Hopefully we can make some adjustments here and turn this into some points for the Maroon. Awkward little bump there from Nellie Miller and unable to result in a Maroon point. Bullis is quickly running away with the second set. We need to draw it back in here. Comeback starts now. Out. Out of bounds. So the Maroon with a good break there will get possession of the volleyball back, and hopefully we'll turn this into some plays at the net and some points.
I'm getting word now that we're going to start trying now. Is what they're saying.
What a spike from Lexi Ewing, and I don't even have words for that. What can you even do there? If you're genuinely, what can you even do?
I'm no volleyball expert myself, but I would run away.
I would do the same. And she'll get the serve right after too. Much less anger on that serve, and Patrick's able to float it over. Soft touch the net. Another big spike from Bullis will result in another Bullis point. Just an awkward little play there. It got blocked in the net and floated over and landed right back where it got blocked.
And that's kind of just a summary of this whole day. Bullis dominating at the net versus our usually consistent setters and spikers.
Ewing will get the serve here. To Patrian. Lucky that she didn't. They award the point to the Bulldogs, and I'm not sure how they.
I'm not certain that one was in there.
That was most definitely not in, and maybe they awarded it because Patriot hit the ball, perhaps. It looked like she was attempting to make a play but didn't. I'm not sure. But regardless, Ewing will serve it again. Returned by Chloe Smith. Sends it over to Billow for the spike. Returned by... Jeez. Golly. Alexa Telly with the strong, emphatic spike, and that'll definitely put a dent.
And these Bulldogs
in the
are just playing
Maroons'
with anger
morale.
today. I mean, there's
These Bulldogs are barking.
bark, bark.
Oh, no. It looks like we've got some cheerleaders in the building here.
Let's see if they can raise the Maroon spirits, as they've been somewhat struggling on the court to some extent.
The cheerleaders came to show out today. They've got the pinstriped overalls on. Can we get a camera on that, please? Good way to get out of the way from Noble Kelly there, as he'll be able to avoid that return from the Maroon, but it will result in a Bullis point ultimately.
Yeah, and just to reiterate, showing why we actually have the best cheerleaders in the IC voted this year.
Just take a look at that. If that's not school spirit, I don't know what is. Show love to the camera, boys.
Thomas Smith and Jack Bonello, two of our main cheerleaders.
Bullis will run away with that second set, and we'll move into the second half of play here, briefly.
And we're back, returning to play here in the gymnasium, Ainsley Court, for the third set of the Maroon versus Bulldogs varsity volleyball match.
Bullis has quickly run away with 2 sets, and now that we have a little bit of student section, it'll hopefully fuel the Maroon to make a comeback here. Got 3 cheerleaders in maroon and black overalls.
It's already a pretty hot start for the Bulldogs.
Timmy in a Mets bowling shirt. And some assorted other people.
And that's just great eyes by Patry and Miller there, letting the ball sail over them to
The discipline
go
is
out of bounds.
Easy to see for sure.
Unmatched, even.
So here comes Cash Money.
Oh,
Big serve from Cash Money. That's her trademark. They'll set it up for the even spike out of bounds, out of the back.
and the Maroon take the lead.
And the Maroon,
Here.
I think this might be their first lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Cash Money will send it over again on a hot streak here. They set up for the Bullis spike, who just floats it over, and we got to be ready for that. They've done that to us multiple times.
You can just tell Offit wants it there with the dive for the ball. Even though she didn't quite get there, you can tell.
You can
She's
tell
at heart.
she loves the game, and she's a student of the game, and she's preparing for a good season.
I didn't even see what happened there.
Cash Money almost collides with number 4, Georgia Patry. And Nelly sends the ball on over to the Bulls side, who will set up for the spike, returned by Cash Money, but they'll send it right back over.
Wow.
So much velocity on this Bullis team, and it's hard to deal with for sure.
The Cash Money Matthews got it back.
So this will be Kyla Harris with the serve for Bullis. Or not. Seems like the Maroon have been awarded the serve and the point after discussion from the referees.
Official review.
So number 0, Nia Thomas, will prance onto the court for Bullis. I think this is her first time on the floor today. Good to see that. Miller sends the ball over. Set up for a Bullis spike, denied at the net. What a play by the Maroon to the net. And it looks like we're beginning to get stronger here. Hopefully not too late. So we're back up at the net again. Set up. Big Patry spike incoming. And she opts for the floater, but again can't get it over. That's the second time that's happened today.
What do you think was said in the huddle after that second period?
I think
was
they
pretty brutal. From
definitely
the Maroon.
discussed staying close to the net and limiting those Bulls spike opportunities. And getting some spike opportunities of their own. As we'll set up for one right there. I don't know where that was going, but seems like she had some animosity towards someone on the bench. Sydney Mayfield will take it out for Bullis here. And I think it's that time of day. I think it's time to set a light goal. What are we thinking, Laird?
I'm thinking maybe 4 legs.
4? Ambitious light goal today, but we know you guys can carry it out. Let's smash the 4 light goal. Hopefully get to 5 on this stream.
That would be a record.
It wouldn't be a record, but for volleyball, perhaps. So Sydney Mayfield, who's been automatic all day, sends this one out of the back, and that'll be a rare mistake that the Maroon will need to capitalize off of here.
And that's actually Sydney Mayfield's second missed serve of this period, which is pretty shocking considering her dominance throughout the rest of the game. And that one is just slammed down.
Bullis is getting loud like they're the home team. I don't like that. We got to show them whose house this is. The serve from Ewing is set up for a Patry spike, and she'll just float it over. The call from the ref over the net, it seems. Bullis point, Bullis ball.
You can tell Patrick didn't agree with that call.
Yeah, couldn't say I did either. Ewing will get the serve again after that. Success. And a Patry-esque serve, and you can't even do much about that. Just unfortunate there.
The Patrick special from Lexi Ewing there. That was.
It's good to see the greats taking notes from some of our Maroon players. A little bit of a miscommunication between Smith and Miller there. What goes up must come down though. Feisty point from the Maroon and the Bulldogs here. And another call from the ref will award Bullis with another point.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Thomas, but I feel like this game's been called slightly one-sided.
We haven't received many calls at all. I remember that one call where Bullis was getting ready to serve, but then they handed the ball to us. But other than that, not much. Signs of life here from Sierra Derling. That's great to see. She's definitely a big point in this Maroon offense, so getting her involved will be imperative to us winning.
With the vicious slam on the Bulldog side.
Jackson will loft it over. All right, I need to see a spike here from the Maroon. Good. Set it. Spike it. Blocked to the net by number 13 Perrin, but unable to return it for a point, as Bullis will ultimately get the point there, extend their lead to 10-6 in this third set. If you're just joining us, Bullis is 2 sets ahead of the Maroon, and this is the third set. They're winning 10-6 here. As Patry will get an opportunity, but again, too much power on that one. Bullis seems to be quickly running away with this third set.
Seems like most of the Bulldogs' points have come in clusters as they run away with points, but they also concede a lot at the same time.
Low serve there almost takes out the head of one of the Bullis teammates.
And that's Bullis' third missed serve of this quarter. One can only ask, what's going through their heads?
I think they're getting complacent now that they're up 2 sets, and I mean, they are still winning, so they can afford to make these mistakes, but the Maroon need to start making them pay. And it looks like that's exactly what we'll be doing here is we'll close the lead from what was previously 6 to now just 3. The cheerleaders will head out here. Can't say I'm happy with that decision. 2 more remain though. I didn't even see Devon and Tate there. Oh, just kidding. There goes Tate.
Oh. Still got Devon.
Still got Devon there. Lucky to see.
Recently announced his commitment to play lacrosse at Oberlin College.
Very excited for him. Great quality guy. Had him on dorm last year. He was a great leader. So good to see big things coming in his future. As Smith will set it up for Miller here. Out of the back of the court. Another point for Bullis and another chant from the Bullis bench. I've had enough of them. Fan will serve the ball over for Bullis. Setting up for a spike it seems, and that'll be Ewing.
And an underrated player for Bullis, Megan Fan, is all season she's been lights out as a at her position.
Definitely. I mean, you've seen her on SportsCenter. I mean, you know what she can do. Miller, calm and collected in the net, delivers a calculated blow to earn the Maroon their first point in a while.
And that was just Nellie Miller's common nonchalant-esque slam.
And that's just her game, Laird. Smith sends the serve over, a little bit of misdirection, snake eyes there. Bullis again goes for the spike. It seems they go for that every play. They love rising above that net.
And it seems to be working for them today, as they've scored the majority of their points off of sets and slams.
True that. The serve from Bullis, directed at Patry, but over the back. Good discipline from Patry.
Patry's showing them that they can target her all they want, but if it's going out, she's not going to hit it.
Matthews will check in here, along with Amelia Offit. And hopefully cash money is going to be automatic here for the Maroon from beyond the line. Wow. What a point there. You got to love that if you're a volleyball fan. Not something you see a lot.
Nellie Miller just looking like she's giving minimal effort, but just doing all of it. It just always gets the job done.
Real volleyball fans will appreciate her game. So another big spike from Bullis will put them 6 points ahead of the Maroon in this third set. Setting up nicely for another win here for Bullis. Don't count the Maroon out yet, though. They're known to have a lot of heart. Oh, speaking of heart, Miller places that ball perfectly in the gap of Bullis defenders. Couldn't have been more calculated.
Miller's been really one of our players that's been showing up today.
Big spike from Stewart there. Returned by Bullis. And they'll go up for a spike of their own. And that's been the story of the night so far. Just a lot of spikes for Bullis and a lot of points for Bullis.
Yeah, Bullis is been utterly dominant this game. And I can see why.
One bright spot for Bullis has been Sydney Mayfield. Automatic from beyond the line. Her serves are just impossible to return. And we'll see that right now as she just puts the right amount of spin on it. Not too much, not too little. Kind of wiggles in the air. It's hard to return.
Yeah, me personally, I'm just excited to hear what was said in the huddle at halftime and talk to her after the game.
Another Bullis spike and another Bullis point. 20-12 Bullis now.
It looks like, unfortunately, it's not going to be a storybook ending for the Maroon today, as the Bulldogs seem to be running away from it in the what could be the final points of the match.
Cash money with some trickery at the net there, but just come on. Alexa Talley with no mercy.
Some of our cast members are just in awe right now.
I mean, at what point does it become bad sportsmanship to do stuff like that? I mean, are we serious right now? You're already winning by however many, 9 points. There's no need to show out like that.
I don't blame her. If I could do that, I would do the same thing.
It's like dunking when you're up 50. Like, come on now. Who are we?
And that's like missing a dunk when you're up 50.
And the Maroon, a little bit of momentum swinging in their favor. Don't let us get hot here. The serve from Stewart, automatic. She's been our best server today.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I could easily see a world where the Maroon come back and win this match.
That world may be the one we're living in today. We'll see. The serve goes out of the back there, and Bullis will regain possession. And it looks like who else but Lexi Ewing will serve this one.
We can still concede 3 more points, so I'm not super worried about the rest of this game. I think we'll be good.
Matthews sets it up nicely for Smith, who
Seemed to be
hits it far left.
had a bone to pick with one of the fans, maybe.
2 points left now between Bullis and victory, as Ewing will send this one way over.
Can't score if you don't get it in.
This is true.
One could ask, maybe it's time for Bullis to put in their subs, possibly. Seemed to.
A little bit of a camera inception here, it seems. Denied of the net by Sierra, and we've seen that before. It's good to see it today.
And that's just never getting past Sierra. One of the tallest players on our team.
Sierra, one of the players on our team that
Wants her at the net.
definitely uses her athleticism to her advantage.
And again.
And she'll do it again right there, denying Bullis at the net. She'll do it again right there, just swatting it out of the air, and you can't stop that. Once she gets going, there's no stopping her. Stone cold from Sierra there. Bullis again rises above the net. Less velocity on that one, which I appreciate. Jackson will set it up for Perrin there, but there's now 1 point between Bullis and another win on their dominant season.
I think Bullis might actually have a chance to win this match now. I've doubted them most of the way until now, but
it seems like they are putting together a pretty good effort here in this third set. They'll set up for a big spike and Howell stand it. A spike from Lexi Ewing will put this game away for Bullis. And they'll take a dominant 3-0 win over the Maroon in this showdown today. It was a pleasure, Laird.
you too as well, Thomas. Laird White signing off.
We'll catch you guys next time on EHS Live.
See ya.
See ya.